Hi, everyone. Welcome to our special Safe Routes to School meeting.
Good afternoon.
Hi. I think that was Brock, right? Hey, Brock.
That's me. Yep, I'm traveling. I'm still on the road here, so I've got my video off, and I'll chime in if I need to, as I need to.
Thanks so much for being here, Brock, and
No
thanks to
problem.
everyone for being here with a quick turnaround time, record turnaround time. So I appreciate everybody being here. We'll just give folks another minute before we get started, and Chris or Roberto, let me know if we have reached quorum. We can get started.
Jessica's here, okay.
Alrighty, I'm counting 9 folks. So I think, let me double check. That should bring us up to quorum.
Great.
Right.
And if SRAC folks could please turn their cameras on, and Brock, I know you can't do that, but
Hey, baby. Hi. Great. Hey, Danny. Hi, everyone. Great. Perfect. Well, why don't we go and get started? And I will share my screen. Perfect. Welcome, everybody, to our Safe Route special meeting for today. Some housekeeping stuff as per usual. Zoom features, if you need to use them. Closed captions available. You just need to enable it. If you are speaking, please unmute yourself. And when you're not, please mute yourself to diminish any background noise. For SRAC members, we do ask that you keep your cameras on. And if you are a member of the public, we ask that you mute yourself and not show video. If you have any questions or comments, to please utilize the chat for that. Yeah, I think that's probably it for housekeeping. Noelle, I'm going to pass it over to you for roll call and to welcome us. Additional welcoming of us. Thanks.
Yeah, sounds good. Hi, everyone. Well, Mickleberry, she, her, your outgoing chair. I thought my last meeting was past, but here we are again. So I'll lead us through this really quickly. I know there are probably quite a few folks that aren't here. So I'm just going to run through, and Zhao, if you can help me if you know if someone is not going to be here. So I'll start with Ada. Don't think I see Ada in the room. So I'm going to move on to Ali.
Here.
Thank you. Brock.
I am here.
Thanks, Brock. Dana.
I think Dana mentioned that she's going to be 10 to 15 minutes late, so she'll be here in a bit.
Sounds good. Thanks. Danny.
Oh, Danny.
I think you're muted.
There we go. I hit the pin button instead of, okay, there we go. Here, and my job title changed, just so you know.
Oh, cool. Could you put that in the chat so we can update the list? Thank you.
and congratulations again.
And I'm gonna go to Jessica.
Here.
Thank you. Josh.
I think Josh said he couldn't make it today.
Thank you. Kim. I saw you unmute and that you're here, but I didn't hear anything. Just, yeah, no audio.
No audio. But we
Sorry,
see you
Kim.
speaking. We see you're here.
There we go.
Great.
Thank you. Lonnie.
Hello, here.
Thanks, Lonnie. Matt.
Yep, I'm here.
Thanks, Matt. Mavis.
Present.
Thanks. Michael.
I am here.
Thanks, Michael. Naomi.
Here.
Thanks, Naomi. I am here. Rob.
Hi, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Dan.
My camera does not seem to be working. I'll try to tool around with it a bit, but I may not be able to get it to work, so I apologize for that.
Thanks for the heads up. And then Will.
I believe Will's not able to make it today.
That's what I thought. Yeah, great. All right, I think that's everybody. Thanks all for being here. Oh yeah, this is me as well, right? I'll just keep going. So yeah, again, thank you all for doing this kind of last minute SRAC meeting. We're here to do just a slight adjustment to the proposed recommendation, project list recommendation that y'all voted on the November 21st meeting. What we're talking about here today is adding one additional project that was previously not a part of the scenario 2.5 that was unanimously approved at the meeting because of a clerical error that happened. And Zhao's going to walk kind of through the process here. But I think one of the important things about the discussion today is, one, we are not, all of the projects that were approved on November 21st will remain a part of this recommendation adjustment. And the goal here really is to just address this error, and kind of the stream of funding and where it's coming from requires SRAC to make this a formal approval. So that's why we pulled everyone together today, so that we could also move these projects to the finish line for OTC approval and not kind of get all of them backed up by waiting for the next meeting. So really appreciate that turnaround. And let's go ahead and get started and move to the next slide.
Okay, this is me. Thank you. So we're not taking public comment, 3 minutes of public comment due to the nature of this discussion, as well as the duration of this meeting, but you still can submit public comment. And I believe in the chat is Zhao's and Roberto's information if you'd like to add public comment or send public comment. We did request, if people did want public comment prior to this meeting, to submit it written, and then we would read it, but we didn't receive any. I do want to highlight too, January 16th is the OTC, Oregon Transportation Commission meeting, where the recommendation will be presented, and they do take public comment. So Roberto, have we been able to put that in the chat?
I just added the emails where folks can submit written comment, and adding the OTC webpage here in the chat room as well.
Okay, thank you. So quickly, just for the next our time together, Zhao's going to provide an overview of the clerical error, what happened in the situation, and then staff's going to review the recommended adjustment, and then we'll have time for the SRAC discussion. And if ready, we will make we will ask for your vote and indication if you're approving this adjustment, and then we'll close it out. So with that, let's jump into the overview.
Great, perfect. And I totally skipped over ODOT and members of the public introductions, but I'm Zabasades from ODOT staffing this meeting. She, her pronouns. If you are a member of the public, feel free to introduce yourself in the comments. As you already see, we have our lovely facilitators here, Chris, Wachi, and then we also have ODOT staff. I will, for the sake of time, we'll go through the list of ODOT staff who are here, but feel free to turn your camera on and wave, y'all. All right, moving us along. So an overview of why we're here today and what has happened so far. And so, as y'all recall, we received 51 applications in this round of solicitation for Safe Routes to School construction funding. We uploaded all of those documents into Committe and developed scenarios for the SRAC to review via your homework, utilizing the SRAC approved lenses. As mentioned on November 21st, SRAC did deliberate and provide a unanimous recommendation for scenario 2.5 to recommend 27 projects for OTC's consideration to fund for this round of Safe Routes to School construction funding. After that meeting, there was a clerical error that we discovered, and that consists of a project that could reduce their award amount that was not accounted for. And so had that been accounted for, they would have been included in the 2.5 scenario in the staff recommendation at our last meeting. And so after that was brought to our attention, staff conducted another review of all applications specifically at the cut line to ensure that there were no other errors that had occurred. This clerical error affected one application for the city of Portland. And since then, we've confirmed the reduction amount. So the process that we took was, hey, for projects at the cut line, we reached out and said, what is the minimum amount that you could take or that you would accept for your project at the cut line if that partial funding were to be available. And so we provided City of Portland with that same information to understand what their reduced amount would be. And since then, we have confirmed that their minimum amount would have been applied using the lenses that were included in scenario 2.5, which consists of the cost effectiveness lens and the maximum award application of $3 million. So those were the two lenses that were applied and were recommended in scenario 2.5. So since then, staff have also identified unspent funds from previous competitive grant cycles that could be pulled forward to help integrate this project into this round of funding. As Noel and Chris had mentioned, we're pulling the group together because this project recommendation requires SRAC's approval, as per all of the recommendations that we've had in the past. And so that is why we're meeting today. Let's see. So I also wanted to note that this strategy to rectify this clerical error is an exception, as we typically have to wait for all projects from each cycle to close out before we can access unspent savings. And so just wanted to know that in case folks are wondering, like, hey, if there are additional funding, where are we finding that? Where is that coming from? And so wanted to make that note there. And so staff's proposal is for SRAC to add the City of Portland project at $1.5 million to scenario 2.5 recommendation that was provided in the last meeting. The result of this would be funding 28 projects. Originally it was 27 in the original 2.5 scenario. In this round of funding at a little over $31.4 million. As mentioned previously, this does not impact funding level of any of the other projects that were recommended for funding. And so we're not looking at asking other projects and agencies to reduce their project amounts for this round. We're looking to fund this one additional project. And the next steps are that we would have an improved application process and a review process for the next round of funding, and that this project list would go to January 16th at the OTC meeting for discussion. Wanted to note we've, due to the volume and complexity of the construction program solicitation, we've had errors come up before that we've been able to correct. And with SRAC's help, we've been able to find ways to rectify them in every round. So thank you all for this work, and happy to answer any additional questions prior to the discussion. This is a visual of like, what does this actually look like, if that's helpful to see. What's highlighted in yellow is the additional project that staff are recommending for or asking SRAC to consider adding into this round of funding. Again, 28 projects, a little over $31.4 million with this one additional project. And I can stop sharing my screen, but are there any questions about the process or the outcome? Yeah, Rob, I see your hand.
Can you put that spreadsheet back up? I'm sorry, did you call me Zao? I didn't.
Did I what? Sorry?
Were you calling on me or someone else?
I see your hand up. So
okay, great.
why.
Thank you. Yeah. So if you could put the spreadsheet up, I just didn't get a chance to really kind of.
No worries.
Very long. It's a lot of information. Yeah. So is this the project for David Douglas School District? That's what I was wondering, because actually
yes.
That seemed like a really good project. And then can you just remind us, like, on what are all these projects getting funded that are on the screen right now?
Correct.
So what's the line between Lane County and Washington County? What's the purpose of that line there?
That was disregard that line there. That shouldn't be there. Yeah, that's just a screenshot. And so that, yeah, please disregard that bolded line.
Okay, and then the order is, just out of curiosity, is this in order of scoring, or what was the?
Yeah, that's correct.
I got it. And then, so it's interesting that the Portland project was actually higher scoring than a bunch of others. I think I had one more question. And then how much did they request in their grant application?
It was initially $2.2 million. And when we
Okay.
asked them about their reduced amount, they're able to reduce down to $1.5 million.
And that was, you didn't realize that earlier, or that connection had to be made? Was that part of the?
That was the clerical error, yes.
Got it. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I understood that. Great, thanks.
Could I just add one additional point out? The reduction in the amount and still complete the project.
Correct. And
Okay.
still deliver the project.
Yeah, and still deliver it. Great. I just wanted to clarify that. And then the other clarification for folks who may be listening in, this is the recommended project list. It's not approved yet until it goes to the OTC for their approval. So a couple footnotes on that one. Okay, could we stop sharing screen and see if there are other questions? Okay. Any other questions from the SRAC? Okay. All right, then I think we can move to sharing screen and then stop sharing screen again. But okay, as we always use our digits for voting, fully supportive of this decision, thumbs up. May not be fully supportive of the decision or choice, but I can live with it, won't oppose it. And then of course, thumbs down, need more discussion, I oppose this. So the, Noelle, would you mind taking the lead on this one?
As far as counting whether.
Or as
everyone-
just stating it so we have it.
Oh, so the decision we're making is to
Yes.
include the city of Portland's application at 1.5 million into SRAC's recommended construction project list to head to
Thank you.
OTC. And I've
Great.
been seeing some thumbs via the reacts, but those go away. So just making sure we're catching everyone.
Yeah, and if you could stop sharing screen, then we can all see.
Rob has like hundreds of thumbs up coming.
Way to go, Rob. All right, so Matt,
Got a couple extra thumbs.
Rob, Dana, Lanny, great. Brock, terrific. Ali, all right. Am I missing anyone? Michael, okay. It is unanimous. Excellent. Thank you all. So do you want to talk just briefly, Zhao, about next steps and closing comments?
Yeah. I'm going to share my screen again just to share this cute little happy holidays moment with y'all. Just want to say thank you all so much. I really appreciate how quickly SRAC members, gathered around this and, responded and were able to meet really quickly. And thank you all so much for showing up and supporting staff's recommendation for this clerical error. And working with us to, like Noelle mentioned, get this over the finish line so that we can get funding out the door. And so really appreciate the shared value of the group of being able to get projects out. So, oh, and Noelle, yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one thing. I wanted to thank ODOT staff for working quickly to figure this out. And like it was mentioned in the one slide, there's been, errors in the past, and like figuring out how to address them is not always easy, and just want to appreciate that we were able to find a way to fund a project based on a something that happened through the application process. And I also just wanted to elevate that we as a committee have an opportunity to take a look at how we assess these projects. It's getting more complicated and harder to define at the cut line, and any kind of remedies we can come up with as a committee to help make that process smoother for applicants and for ODOT staff and for us to make those decisions. I think we have a real opportunity this next year. So just wanted to appreciate all of your time as a committee to figure that out, and also just appreciate ODOT staff for working to address those errors. So thanks.
Thank you, Noelle. Yeah, Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it so much. That is what we have for this meeting. Chris, did you want to add anything?
Just that there will be an SRAC survey for committee members talking about topics for next year, always trying to improve all the processes. So that'll be coming out, I believe, in early January. And that's where it really sets not only agendas, but discussion topics. And Rob, I'll be calling you to see about an in-person meeting, hosting an in-person meeting for the SRAC in springtime.
Great. Before we hop off, I do see
That's
a question in the chat from, I think, Lonnie. Lonnie, did you want to voice your question and provide a little bit more information?
Sure. I'm just wondering, I understand this needs to go to OTC, but it's been confidential, I thought, until this point. And so I was wondering at what point it's not confidential, or maybe it hasn't been, but I thought it was.
The project list, Lonnie? Or
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the project list, we will be sending out through a public like GovDelivery, a newsletter of saying this is the 100% project list that SRAC is recommending. And so it'll list the projects and the details that we'll be sharing with the OTC. So they'll be going out in the next week or so. We're just running into the holiday schedule. So that will go out. These meetings are public. And so,
that's okay.
Yeah.
So this has been public information already.
Yep.
Okay. I haven't been sharing the results with coworkers, and we're on the list. I will do that now.
Yeah, and again, to Chris's note earlier, these are recommended by SRAC.
Of course.
The decision will be made by the OTC.
Completely understood, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's still good to be able to communicate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Great.
Chris. Thanks, Lonnie. Great, awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. We
holidays.
will see you in the new year. We will have office hours that we will send out if it's not already on your calendar for meetings. For a meeting with Leanne, office hour with her, Leanne Ferguson, and I will see you all back in March with a brand new baby. So have a happy new year, everyone. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy
Thank you so
holidays.
much.
Everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.